My shirt to Doja Cat because she's the iconic girl.
Period.
No, babe, you deserve it. Literally, and if you ever want anything more, I got you.
What is up, guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you guys are new. Hi, it's Keisha. Nice to meet you all. Get in here because you've got quite a bit to get on into. So everybody is talking about this whole Doja Cat situation, and I definitely have my thoughts and opinions. Whilst I do agree with like the vast majority of people, I do think there's additional points that people are forgetting to mention here. And a video like this is actually a lot more scarier than it may seem. I know that people are just scrolling and seeing a video and having thoughts on it, but I don't think people are actually realizing the depth of a situation like this and how it can actually land someone in serious trouble. So I'm gonna go ahead and share with you guys my honest takes, and obviously down below in the comment section let me know what it is that you guys think. Whilst you're at it, to get this video up on the algorithm, especially like when you don't post a YouTube video in such a minute, the algorithm is just like so help a good sis out. It's also my birthday season, so what are you waiting for? Or literally smash the like button, okay? Before we get started, make sure you guys go and follow me over on Instagram. It will be on the screen for you guys right now. It's Keisha_. I'm going to be hosting a giveaway in the month of June. Yes, this month towards the end, I'm going to be hosting a giveaway. It's going to be international and there's going to be multiple winners. I'm just going to give away like a bunch of goodies that I've been collecting. Not gonna lie though, that shipping fee, bitch. Ooh, please don't skip the ads. Watch them all, even if it's a 3-minute ad, babes. I know you love me. I know you care. So shout whenever. No, but I'm being serious though, like every little helps. Who said that? Tesco. I'm really just so excited to just like give back, and I feel like this is the season of giving. I mean, I know they say it's Christmas time, innit, but babes, it's June. And this is the season that I've chosen to give. So yeah, but if you guys want to know more details about the giveaway when that all happens, just follow me on Instagram. Again, it's on the screen. It's Keisha_, and you guys will have a lot more details on how you guys can enter the chance to pretty much win. Anyways, guys, let's just go ahead and get started because this story right here is a bit of a mad one. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys the rundown of everything that took place. I'm gonna show you guys the videos, and we're gonna keep it very honest here. A Doja Cat fan called Pablo had met her, and I guess from seeing the clip, you wouldn't know much context behind it. You probably would just see it as like, oh my god, this fan is somebody who came up to her and saw her and recognized her and probably waited outside the venue to meet Doja Cat, right? Like that's what you would probably assume. And when I saw this video go viral, I think the general consensus was, oh my god, Doja Cat is so sweet. Like, oh my god, Doja Cat does love her fans. Because I think there was a time where she was tweeting back and forth, and she had a lot to say when it came to her music being a money grab, or her fans are this, her fans are that, right? I don't know where that energy came from. Maybe she's just had it with the industry. I know that she hasn't been here for like necessarily the longest time compared to some of her peers, but I do think she has been in the industry for such a long time and she has been performing everywhere. So I get that she feels rage with the industry, but I don't think it's enough to take it out on your fans. Sometimes Doja Cat tweets stuff which we obviously know she's random, we know that she's weird, and that's okay. That's what we love about her. We love that she is the type of artist who will come on camera and do live streams without makeup, without a wig, and it doesn't feel like everything is just perfect. It's just like, no, this is Doja Cat in her room, vibing, making music, and just having a fun time. And that, again, is what I believe has been her selling point. It's the personality. It's the music, of course, but it's the top-tier personality. But then it kind of felt like she was very snappy, and then it came across as quite rude. Till this day, I still don't really understand the whole fans, tweets, moment of trying to push blame or randomly, it feels like randomly waking up and just like being pissed at your fans. Now, just because somebody's your fan doesn't mean you have to like them. It's really as simple as that. You do not who control who supports you and likes your music. I understand that, but it just feels like sometimes it comes across as very random. That's just the thing when it comes to Doja Cat. So when people saw this video now where she is interacting with the fan and she has her leg up on the fan and, you know, she's receiving a t-shirt from the fan and smiling, everyone's like, oh wow, this is such a cutesy, wholesome moment. I think some people wish like, oh my god, I wish that was me. Doja Cat seems like, do you know what I mean? Like, people were like, oh my god, Doja Cat is nice and Doja Cat is likable, because I think for such a long time, people felt like, yes, she's talented, but she's a bitch. Yes, she's talented, but she seems weird. Now, being weird is not a problem until it's a problem. I like people who are weird. I think that you offer something different. You don't take yourself too seriously, and that's the vibe that I get from Doja Cat, but I'm not here for rudeness. I'm not. I think that there should be a fine line, and I do think that we should be able to call it the BS when we see it, right? Doja Cat is a celebrity. I'm sure that she's stopping to take pictures with everyone 24/7. That can be jarring. Like, I feel like we need to start seeing things from different perspectives here, yeah? That is jarring if you have to stop constantly. Someone's like, oh my god, come take photos. Like, you don't want to say no because it's like, it's just a photo, it takes 2 seconds. But like, let's be real, celebrities are human beings too. I think Doja Cat needs to establish a boundary because it doesn't seem like she has. Instead, what I think that she's done is, yeah, I probably do think she was uncomfortable. Now, is that the vibe that I got from watching it the first time? No. But with seeing her tweets, 2 business working days later, which is wild, by the way. I'm kind of like, oh, I didn't see it like that, but okay, you're coming out to say that you felt uncomfortable. Okay, so check out this first tweet that says, I threw that musty ass shirt away, by the way. And then she says, bottom line is, I'll smile at you, but it doesn't mean I F with you, and don't touch me and manhandle me when you don't even effing know me. I know you know. I honestly think I need to stand up for myself in the moment sometimes. And he didn't even know my effing name to be touching me and kissing me on my face. Like, that is crazy. But I do think that boundaries need to be established. Don't let somebody walk upon it. And this is not just for celebrities, and that's not just for this situation, but it's for real life. Like, a lot of us don't have boundaries. Like, a lot of people don't even know what is a non-negotiable or what is something they're gonna allow and not allow. She did seem quite happy, and she seemed to be vibing with this fan, and that's just the vibe that we got from seeing the video. But for the information that came out later, it seems as though they were both at the same event. And Pablo was there with a friend, and the friend asked Doja Cat for a photo, and apparently she was very like rude with the way that she said no. It's a bit of a funny one, because if I was in that situation and I saw a celebrity and they're right next to me, like, I would love to take a photo. Like, I'm not gonna take a photo of you, bitch. I want us to be in a photo. Let's take a goddamn selfie so I can show everyone. Yeah? That's literally normal. Okay? If a celebrity was to say no, am I going to hold it to them? Absolutely not. But it's something that I'm going to remember. Like, just naturally, I'm going to remember. I remember my dad was at an airport and he met, like, a football player. The football player literally did not pay him no goddamn mind. And to this day, this is, like, what, 8-9 years later, my dad still brings it up whenever he sees him on TV. Like, naturally, you're going to remember that encounter you had with Doja Cat where she was right there. And you pulled out your phone and she just said, no, bitch. She didn't say bitch, but, like, you know? It's weird, though. I'm sorry, but it's very weird. This is weird and this is dangerous. And let me tell you guys exactly why. And this is the thing that people aren't really pointing out. Before I get into the danger part, actually, one thing I want to say is Doja Cat is very this online. Talkative, yapper, tweeting everything randomly, very chronically online, okay? Which there's nothing wrong with. That is, again, another one of her selling points. Her fans love that she is very much online and she shares things, okay? It's giving Doja Cat can't keep the same energy in person. Now listen, everyone is allowed to feel uncomfortable when something makes them feel uncomfortable. At first glance, I didn't think that she looked uncomfortable. I felt like she was actually enjoying this moment. She looks pretty in the video. She's smiling. She's got her leg up. Remember, she's got her leg up. Now I get the whole thing of like feeling uncomfortable or feeling anxious. And just nodding and smiling. I've done that so many times where you just want this conversation to be done. You want this encounter to be done. But instead of you being harsh about it or talking about it because it might make you feel uncomfortable, you just nod and smile. Like literally, you just want the conversation to be done, okay? But we have to remember Doja Cat literally put her leg up. Now, I get it, people can do uncomfortable things when they feel uncomfortable, or they can do things to just save face. But you have to understand that I don't think Pablo, in my humble opinion, I don't think Pablo, the fan, was coming across as malicious or was being weird. I think he generally just saw an opportunity to have a moment with Doja Cat. And what we later found out is that she said that she likes his shirt. And then he said he doesn't have any other shirts on him, but you can have mine, right? Which to me personally, Pablo, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like, I think as a fan, well, listen, there's different levels to fans. But I think for someone like Pablo, he's probably just like, oh yeah, take my shirt. You know, like, I don't need it. I'm cool. Take my shirt. Why not? I mean, you're Doja Cat. I love your music. Hello. But I think for me, looking at the video, even when seeing it the first time and seeing it as like a wholesome moment, I still thought to myself, bitch, you are not taking the shirt off of me. You are not taking the shirt off of me. I love you down, but girly pop, go and buy it from my website if you love it that much. Like, is that bad that I'm thinking that? I don't know. I just feel like there's sweat and everything, back sweat. Bitch, when I sweat, girl, I sweat my back and my forehead. Oof, number one. So I'm thinking like, oof, I don't know how hot it is where they're at. I mean, based on their outfits, it's giving hot. Doja Cat saying the top was musty was completely unnecessary. You held it in your hand, you put it next to your chest, bitch. So how musty was it? Was it giving, oof, goodness me. Or you just being mean just to be mean? Because that comment was unnecessary. Because now you know that a lot of your loyal fans who are up your arse cheeks, who literally believe everything Doja Cat says and does, are gonna now go and hate on him. I just feel like it was completely unnecessary, and I feel like if you had a problem with it, you could have just DM'd him. You could have found him because he posted the TikTok. You could have just privately messaged him, and you guys just established that, hey, you kind of made me feel uncomfortable, blah, blah, blah. But you know what it is, what it is. I'm sure you meant well. But just for next time, this, I need. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like this could have been a mature conversation, but instead it just feels like you put this fan on blast when in the moment it looks like you genuinely were vibing with the guy. This is what scares me sometimes, okay? There are a lot of instances where I do think men take advantage, and I do think there are in fact, I know there are instances where men take advantage and men do absolutely heinous criminal things. in this situation, I don't think Pablo actually meant any harm. I don't think it was a malicious thing at all. I think that he is just touchy-feely, but he needs to realize that touchy-feely doesn't work for everyone. I don't want your hands on my skin. I don't know you like that. You may be a fan of my music. You may love me down and follow me on Instagram, but don't be doing all of that. And you need to ask before you do certain things. And don't be mad if someone says no. Some people just don't want hugs. Some people don't want to be touched. Bitch, I don't know where you've been, respectfully. Some people do not feel comfortable with someone else's hands being around their neck. And you know what? I hear it. I hear it. That's fine. To each their own. Some people don't mind someone like hugging them like this or giving them a kiss or whatever. We literally saw a video of Chris Brown making out with a fan on stage. Some people just don't flip and care. But you need to be able to just ask. It literally costs you nothing to ask, because now you've got embarrassing moments like this where Pablo didn't mean any harm, but Doja Cat decided to make it a big deal by blasting him on Twitter. Some, and this is the key word, some people, we're going to use an example of a woman here because Doja Cat is a woman here, right? And then you got Pablo, the guy, will stay in a situation when really and truly, I'm sure Doja Cat wasn't at this event alone. I'm sure that she was with someone, whether it's security or whether it was a friend. You could have immediately, and I'm sure Pablo would have understood, you've had your moment, but you could have easily been like, yeah, please, like love you, thank you so much for supporting me, and hey, I'll have your shirt. But like, I'm not really here to like, don't touch. I don't think that's rude. I really do not think that's rude. The only person who would think that's rude is someone who's entitled. Someone who believes that just because you are a celebrity and because I see you on my screen, that I get to do anything I want because I put money in your pocket. But I don't think Pablo was coming with that energy. If I'm being real, I don't know Pablo from nowhere, but I feel like if you told him that, I think he would have respected that. Okay, cool. You know, take my shirt, follow me on Instagram. Like, I think it's scary what Doja Cat did. I think it was like your body language wasn't giving that you were uninterested. It wasn't giving that you hated being in this moment. So for you to take 2 days, you know the video was going viral, for you to take 2 days and then put him on blast continuously, to me, was just a wrong move. And I feel like I can imagine men watching this and thinking like, damn, like it didn't need to be all of that. And I don't know, it's a bit of a weird one, to be fair. I feel like that is a bit of a dangerous game that she played there. I feel like on her end, she probably saw it as like, haha, hee hee. But girl, you know how people are going to look at the situation. It doesn't matter if it's a gay man. He's still a man at the end of the day. So I just feel like she wasn't thinking with that. But at the end of the day, I can't come and defend someone who is way too grown. Like, she can literally come to this realization herself. I just feel like it's a little bit weird. Do not go touching people, grabbing people, kissing. I think the kissing part was a little bit too like, let's just everyone calm down now.
You always. This is the girl right here. I love this song. Thank you so much.
Happy Pride Month.
Pablo.
Nice to meet you.
Wait, what's your real name? Or is it Doja? Your name?
Ami.
Ami, so nice to meet you, girl.
Nice
You're
to meet
beautiful.
you.
I hope you have the best night. You're literally everything in life.
Thank you.
Yeah. My girl, Ami. Love you down. Don't say thank you.
Let's not get carried away. I don't know whether it's because there was alcohol in their system, so everyone just felt very loosey-goosey. But I would feel uncomfortable. Now, would I be able to just be like, hey, stop it? I don't know. It depends what day you catch me on. But I do think my body language, if I wasn't feeling something, would either be nod and smile or just like step back a little bit. I think step back a little bit, establish space between the two of you. I think that may have helped Pablo. But also Pablo's got to learn from this and not be petty. Because right now he's being petty. He's coming out with t-shirts. And I'm like, okay, I mean, get your shit coin. People want to milk things. Am I mad at Pablo for doing this? I mean, it's funny until it's not funny anymore, okay? Pablo is dragging this. His friend is involved and is saying that Doja Cat... Let me actually play the video. Actually, wait. Let me go ahead and play Pablo's video. It's a 2-minute video. He's outside of a club. He said that people were blowing up his phone. That's when he found out Doja Cat literally blasted him on Twitter.
Hi guys, I was just at a party and I got informed that Doja said some shit about me on Twitter. I just want to clear this up because it hurts, because I loved her. I watched her at Coachella. I've never claimed to be the biggest fan, but I really stand her and I think what her work is amazing. I just think it's crazy because she's the one at this event that was being so nice, and she pointed out my shirt, and I said, and I like that. And then when I went outside and she was outside, I was like, girl, you'd be the perfect girl for my Pride collection. And she said, what do you mean? What Pride collection? I said, oh, I released this t-shirt, blah, blah, blah. I'd love to give you one. She said, I'd want one right now. And I said, oh, I could give this one to you. She said, no way, you're not going to give this to me. And that's when the video started, and she was being so sweet and amazing, and I thought that's what it was. And now, guys, she's on Twitter saying she threw that musty shirt away. She's saying that I didn't know her name, that I manhandled her, all this stuff. I understand, guys, if I was being like too nice or whatever, I will take full accountability. I'm gay. I would never want to make her feel uncomfortable. She's so iconic. I have only been saying the nicest things about her. She's the sweetest celebrity. She made me feel so seen. She said, Ami, I thought she was nice. I mean, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if this is for publicity or for whatever, guys, but I would have never wanted to make her uncomfortable. I would have never even filmed if she didn't say yes, guys. That video that we filmed was after everything, and I don't want to be that guy that comes on emotional or whatever, but I feel like I'm always the butt of the joke. Like, why am I the punching bag, bro? Like, literally, like, nothing happened other than her liking my shirt. I offered it to give it to her. She doesn't have to keep it. She doesn't have to do whatever. But she was obviously down. Like, and I understand she has to set her boundaries. She's a celebrity. I'm not. I will never understand that. So I value that and I appreciate it and I get that. But for me, guys, I'm a normal ass person that's at a bar, meets Doja Cat. I just released my clothing drop for Pride, and I just offered to give her one, and she said, "Oh, I want one right now." So I had the size. I was like, "Here, take it." I apologize if I did anything wrong at all. But guys, I'm a human being too. And honestly, this just shows me, I guess, that maybe not everybody's who they show in person. I would have never said anything other than she's the sweetest girl ever. But I guess she went on a whole tweet rant about me. I never claimed to have it all laid out, to know what I'm doing. Like, I'm just at a bar, released a clothing drop. Doja was being very sweet to me. And also, guys, I know I didn't know her first name. I'm so sorry. I never claimed to be the biggest fan ever. I just respect her a lot for her work. I've listened to her music so many times. I met her 4.5 years ago at the VMAs, and I was, like, gagged. I was just at a party, and I got informed that Doja said some shit about me on Twitter. I just want to clear this up because it hurts. Because I loved her. I watched her at Coachella.
Not the loved, past tense.
Fan, but I really stand her, and I think her work is amazing.
All right, I'm gonna have to stop you there. I'm gonna pause because I'm a yapaholic. We've got things to say. It's a comedy channel, yeah? Number one, we need to stop the word stan. It was cutesy when I was like 16, 17. But like, and I get it, it's not a negative connotation. Like, I know Eminem has a song called Stan, but that's like a stalker fan. But still, when I think of Stan now, I do think it is the crazy ones. I think for me personally, I'm fans of people's music. I'm fans of people's craft, whether it's like movies, whatever it is. I'm fans of people. A Stan to me is next level. A Stan is somebody who literally, it doesn't matter what you say about their faves, they're always in the right. They're always in the right. You can say nothing about their faves and they're very defensive. That's like the energy that I've seen from people who claim to be stans of whoever it is, right? We need to stop the word stans, especially at our grown age. At 25, I'm not using the word stan. Can I be a fan of someone like a Beyonce? Sure. But stan, to me, just feels next level. You're buying everything they come out with, but you ain't even paid for your rent. You know, like, it just feels like the ones who are doing the absolute most. Yeah.
Crazy because she's the one at this event that was being so nice, and she pointed out my shirt, and I said, and I like that. And then when I went outside and she was outside, I was like, "Girl, you'd be the perfect girl for my Pride collection." And she said, "What do you mean? What Pride collection?" I said, "Oh, I released this t-shirt, blah, blah, blah. I'd love to give you one." She said, "I'd want one right now."
So he's giving a bit more context here. Now, obviously with the video that we see, we don't see how the encounter begun. You know, we just see the video. So he's giving us a little bit more context here and saying that they met at an event and she was saying that she loves his top. And he was like, "I feel like you would be the perfect face for the Pride event, right? It's Pride Month." And she's like, "Oh my God, what?" Like, she's basically showing interest, right? In that moment, she's showing interest. Now, can it be fake where you're just making conversation and small talk? Sure. But I just feel like it's kind of weird because I get it. How do I explain this? And tell me if you guys agree or disagree. But I feel like if it was just Doja Cat there standing on the street, right? Which I doubt that would happen because it's Doja Cat. She's in LA. Everybody is going to clock her. Therefore, she would have security or a tight-knit team around her, yeah? Just for safety reasons, okay? Wouldn't you, in that situation, step away? Like, Pablo's here. Wouldn't you just like stand maybe far away? She was standing a little bit more closer, which gives the vibe that you are interested in this conversation, right? Okay. But Doja Cat could have easily just been like, "Hey, thank you so much." Because I've seen interactions with Doja Cat where it didn't go exactly like this. And I think that's probably more of Doja Cat being herself, where she's just establishing a boundary, like, "Okay, thank you so much for the love, like, I'm glad you like my music, but we can take a selfie," and that's it. We can talk, we can kiki, you stand there, I stand here, there's nothing wrong with that, right? But I think Doja Cat literally played herself by standing close, by smiling, and putting your leg up. That's what makes this even more confusing. I get it, you're allowed to be uncomfortable, excuse me, you're a human being, duh, and I can't tell you how to feel, but I just find it a little bit mind-boggling that you blasted him on Twitter 2 days later. If that was me, girl, I would have DM'd him. And I wouldn't put it on blast. I think it's uncomfortable. You've made things uncomfortable for Pablo, who's just waking up and just going to the club and just seeing all of this, okay?
When I said, "Oh, I could give this one to you," she said, "No way, you're not going to give this to me." And that's when the video started, and she was being so sweet and amazing, and I thought that's what it was. And now, guys, she's on Twitter.
This guy is in a panic. Doja Cat, darling, you've hurt this guy, okay? Now, Pablo, you are a grown-ass man. I'm not going to sit on here and defend no man for that matter, respectfully. I think there's plenty of things Doja Cat can call out. I think that, again, we know that she's chronically online, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think that's the reason why people love her so much, because she's always talking to her fans and just interacting and engaging. But to me, this just feels like Pablo didn't mean no goddamn harm. Yeah, he took it a little bit too far in terms of like the kissy, grab him. He probably did that because he felt comfortable with you, but he needs to now understand that just because somebody's leaning in to talk to you and smiling does not equal, oh, you can touch me and you can kiss, because please. Because that will get you in trouble, Pablo. So I really do hope that this is a learning lesson for them both. But you could tell Pablo is pissed off. He left the club. Girl, he left the club and he pulled out his phone and was like, Doja Cat, I cannot be like, do you know what I mean? And I feel for him. But him now milking it, I'm like, you know what? I see what you're trying to do here. To have your moment, you get your shaquan, you've got rent to pay, I've got bills. I need to, like, I understand. But I feel like when you know when someone keeps overdoing something, it's just like, okay, boy, sit down.
She threw that musty shirt away. She's saying that I didn't know her name, that I manhandled her, all this stuff.
The grabbing like this was insane, okay? But like, Doja Cat, baby, I wish that you stepped back after that. I wish you stepped back. I wish you looked at your team, initiated something, or like given a face. Because then people would be like, okay, we feel you. Okay. But you didn't. So we just thought that, oh, Doja Cat's like just... I've made this face several times, by the way, when I actually like you and when I don't like you. Does that make me fake? It doesn't. Sometimes you just need to try and get out of an uncomfortable conversation, but you don't want to be direct about it, or you don't want to be confrontational. I'm not really a confrontational babes. I mean, depends what day you catch me on, but most days, no. So I get the nodding and smiling thing.
I understand, guys. If I was being like too nice or whatever, I will take full accountability.
We love to see it. All someone could do in a situation, especially because, again, I don't think he meant harm. I think that there's a lot of situations and instances like this where I feel like you're just being nasty, you're being creepy, blah, 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 and we would call that out happily. He just really wanted this moment, and he was so excited because Doja Cat was saying, oh my God, I love your shirt, and it's his brand, isn't it? So he got overly excited, and he, but it doesn't make it right either.
I'm gay. I would never want to make her feel uncomfortable. She's so iconic.
I'm gonna stop you there. It doesn't matter if you're gay at all. I promise you, that doesn't matter, okay? But I agree that I don't think he meant to make her feel uncomfortable, and I think that he's actually just like probably receiving a lot of hate. I think he's receiving a lot of hate, and I think that everyone's probably tagging him and saying, oh my God, Doja Cat's talking about you. And I don't know what that feels like. I don't know what that feels like to be put on blast by a celebrity, especially when someone doesn't have nice things to say about you, especially in the way that Doja Cat has said it. I just feel like it was very harsh. And if I'm being if I'm being real, it comes across as quite rude. Being rude ain't cute. Like, being rude in the 90s, 2000s, it was like, oh my God, the rude girls were the ones who were the likable ones, were the most famous ones. But it's like in 2025, being rude for no goddamn reason, you're gonna get called out for it.
I thought I have only been saying the nicest things about her. She's the sweetest celebrity. She made me feel so seen. She said, Ami, I thought she was I mean, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if this is for publicity or...
Ooh. Here is something that I'm thinking, but I don't know if this is actually true. I don't think it's for publicity. I don't think Doja Cat needs it. I don't think Doja Cat needs publicity. I feel like if Doja Cat was to tell you guys right now, hey, new album on Friday, bitch, we would be seated. I think that we would be ready for it. Of course, she wouldn't go about doing it like that. I think that she'll build momentum and she'll have a theme, right? Especially with like the last projects that she's done. But I don't think it's done for clout or for gaining anything from it. To be honest, I think that Doja Cat just felt... Maybe, like, something is telling me, and I could be wrong here. Again, I love Doja Cat's music. I think she's super duper talented. Like, whenever she releases a song, babes, I'm there. Not as a stan, but as a fan. Let's just establish the two, yeah? However, something is telling me that... And the thing about Doja Cat's sense of humor is it's quite dry. And the humor is not for everyone. Just like my humor is not going to be for everyone, right? If it's not your cup of tea, bitch, go and drink some matcha or drink a coffee. I need to put that on a flipping t-shirt. If we're speaking about t-shirts, I need to put that on a t-shirt. Oh God, I need a tote bag, I need a pencil case, and makeup. However, something is telling me, and I could be wrong here, and I hope I am wrong actually, but something is telling me that Doja Cat saw the video go absolutely viral. I felt like, you know what, I'm bored today, and I feel like being a bitch, so let me go ahead and take it to Twitter and just move mad. But the thing is, Doja Cat, is what I'm gaining from this is, I get it, you are allowed to feel uncomfortable. No one's telling you that you can't feel uncomfortable. I think you just kind of shocked us, so I can only imagine that Pablo's like, wait, what? And there's a lot of people like this, male or female, it make no difference. It doesn't matter what gender you go by. I just know a lot of people who do this. And no shade or anything, but I probably did this when I was like 13, 14, 15, when I was young. I didn't really keep the same energy. in person. I think online it's given very much yapaholic, like chronically online, running your Twitter fingers. You've got a lot to say online, but in person it's like you're very much stum. And I get it. And look, context really does matter here because I'm talking about this situation. I'm talking about this specific situation with Pablo and Doja Cat. Okay. Now I'm no shade or anything, but how are you gonna be a stan of mine and not know my first name? What? Like, I get it. You're not really buying into the personality a lot of times. But when I think of stan, I think of somebody who's extreme and knows it all. You know where I was born. You know my favorite color before I even know my favorite color. Do you know what I mean? So Doja Cat wasn't happy with the fact that he didn't know her first name was Amala. I knew that. So Doja Cat's probably thinking, but you're a fake fan as well. Like, you're doing all this. But Doja Cat, girly pop, that's why you spread this message. You spread awareness about this and the topic of boundaries, but you don't blast someone. That to me screams like bullying because I have power and because I have X amount of followers and I know that it's gonna, like, I just don't get it. But also part of me is thinking, like, wasn't there a controversy with her wearing like an N-A-Z-I top? Sorry, the Americans say Z. The whole nut. Ooh, I can't say it before I get demonetized, but you know what I mean. Wasn't that a situation a year ago where she was pretty much giving, I don't give a flying F. Like I said, leave me alone. Doja Cat gives me very much, I don't give a bleep. So I think that if she felt uncomfortable, like, naturally, I'd feel like someone like that with that persona, at least online, if they don't give a flying monkey about much and they're very outspoken and they can call out the industry, I don't know, I just kind of assume that you'll be able to be like, hey, maybe don't do that. And I get you can feel awkward sometimes being a woman in a situation like that, especially if you have no security or no one to back you up. But I'm sure people came outside of the event with you. Like, I'm sure Doja Cat is not just standing out on the streets of LA by herself with no security there, or a friend or someone nearby. So to me, if I'm shookity shook, imagine how Pablo is feeling. But also, Pablo's got to do better. You can't be touching everyone and anything like that. Just no, it's not hygienic. And also, not everybody likes to be touched. Not everybody likes hugs. Some people just want to stand there, engage in a conversation. He's dragging it now. He's releasing merchandise. And I'm just like, I get it, you have a business, you've got money to make, and low-key, high-key, I probably would do it too, but I think I would stop at a certain date. And then to then go and say that the top was musty, it's like, girl, why are you... That to me is bullying, I don't care. That to me is bullying. You took the shirt, you knew. And if it was musty in your hands, like, if it was musty to me is like, ooh, it's a bad whiff, like, it's bad odor. So when you held it in your hand, would you not have, like, given it back or just, like, threw it in the... Like, I'm gonna be real with you guys. Love Doja Cat down. And this doesn't take away from the fact that she is a brilliant musician. But I don't think she knows how to behave. I feel like she seems like a difficult person to be around, and that's such a shame because I do like her music, but that's why we need to be able to differentiate the two. You can like someone's music and their craft, but girl, when it comes to this personality though, oof, bloody hell blimey. I'm being serious, you know? That to me was a very like sneaky move. Was this calculated? Were you like standing there nodding and smiling your head thinking, you know what, I'm gonna put him on blast, not tomorrow, but the day after tomorrow. Yeah.
Just shows me, I guess, that maybe not everybody's who they show in person.
Ooh.
I would have never said anything other than she's the sweetest girl ever, but I guess she went on a whole tweet rant about me. I never claimed to have it all laid out, to know what I'm doing. Like, I'm just at a bar, released a clothing drop. Doja was being very sweet to me. And also, guys, I know I didn't know her first name. I'm so sorry. I never claimed to be the biggest fan ever. I just respect her a lot for her work. I've listened to her music so many times. I met her 4.5 years ago at the VMAs, and I was like gagged. And I thought 4.5 years later,
Okay, so let's go ahead and check out what the bestie had to say, because the bestie was there, okay? And they read Doja Cat for filth.
Amala, really? The fact that she posted this publicly, talking about my best friend, literally giving her a shirt, manhandled, when she was all up on...
Not the glasses coming off!
...that we were literally at, and then her going on and saying he didn't even know my real name. Girl, your name is Doja Cat. Everyone knows you as Doja Cat. Lady Gaga, her real name is Stefani. No one calls her Stefani. And her tweeting, I threw out that musty shirt away, then why accept it? Like, hello? When we were at the club, I literally asked for a photo. She said no in a bitchy way. And I was like, okay, I backed off. So why couldn't she do that again? And that Doja's being so hella weird on Twitter. This is not the first time she's being weird with her fans, so it wouldn't surprise me. Maybe an album's coming or something, because, baby, she's seeking attention.
These people really think an album's coming, therefore she's doing all of this. Respectfully, and I know you guys are sharing your story and your POVs, I don't think Doja Cat would need you guys to, you know?
Also, her saying she was uncomfortable when literally this was her the whole video. And then when they hug,
not the screenshot.
See in the video, she puts her leg onto him while she's hugging him. And when she walks away, he's like, I love you, Pablo. Kiss. And it's so nice to see people actually have a brain cell and not just glazing Doja, because, like, this is real. Where was she uncomfortable? We were all in the same club. She could have said no, like she said no to so many people, me included, outside the club. But now it's a problem? I just think it's actually so freaking wild what some people will do. Because it's like, girl, you could have just said no or could have thrown away the shirt and not tweeted about it. Like, let's be so freaking real. But then again, she did delete the tweets. Let's not say why.
Ooh, sorry, that scared me. You know on Twitter when you play... Okay. I agree. I genuinely agree. I think he's livid because you put... He's livid because he didn't get the photo, let's be real. But he's livid because you put his friend on blast. He's just defending his friend and he was there too. So, look, I feel as though Doja Cat, it is giving some fake ass energy there. Like, I don't like that for you, not one bit. Hey guys, let me know your thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section and I'll catch you guys real soon for a brand new video. Bye.